Good morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today we are going to start the next topic of fungi, that is mode of nutrition. You people are knowing that the fungus is generally a chlorophyllous organism, so it can't prepare its own food. It depends on the other organism for their food purpose. As a plant consisting of chlorophyll, so they can prepare their own food, and that's why that is kept separately from the plants, and they having a specific method for the food purpose, that is hostoria are the digestive enzyme. By the help of that, they used to digest the absorbed food material. That is, certain enzymes are there which can decompose the complex food material into simpler one, and they can utilize it. Now see children, nutrition in fungi. Generally two types of nutrition is there. One is your heterotrophic nutrition, another one is your symbiotic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition, that totally depends on the other organism, and it is again classified into two, that is parasitic and saprophytic. Parasitic are the disease causing organism. Saprophytic, they depend on the dead organic matter. Parasitic is again divided into two, obligate and facultative, and saprophytic is again divided into obligate and facultative, that we will see further. Symbiotic nutrition, that will show the mutual relationship and they will share their food material. Let us see the parasitic fungi. This fungi takes their food from the host organism and they will grow. It is of two types. One is your obligate parasite, another one is your facultative parasite. Obligate parasite, in this what happens, the fungi used to grow and survive only on the living host. Okay. This fungi can't survive in the absence of living host. They take their food from the host by the help of your special knobs known as your hostoria. Okay children, so they can't survive in the absence of living host. Without living host, they are going to die. Which one? The obligate parasites. Okay children, this type of diagram is there. It is of two types. One is your ectoparasite. Ectoparasite will be remaining at the outer surface of the host, and the endoparasite, that will be within the inner portion of the host body, and they will utilize their nourishment and they will grow. Facultative parasites, the fungi are basically saprophytes, but they are host into the contact of such fungi, they become like parasites. Okay children, they are showing mutual relationship, but what happens, that particular fungi is going to set with other hosts, and due to that they are going to act as a parasite, and they will start absorbing the food from that organism. Saprophytic, by the name itself it is clear that depend on total dead organic matter. Again it is of two types only. Obligate, facultative. Third one is also included here only, that is symbiotic. It should be separately, but it had been included here only by default. The fungi always takes the food from the decaying organic matter. Facultative owner, what it will do? Usually they are saprophytes, but after the death of the host, they are able to absorb their food by decaying the host tissue also. Okay children, generally they are saprophyte only, but wherever they are surviving, whatever the host they are utilizing, after the death of that host also they can utilize their food and other purpose. Symbiotic, already I had told you, they will show the mutual relationship, that is mutual partnership will be there, and both will get the benefit of that. Next children, growth. In this two types of lifespan is there. One is your vegetative lifespan or assimilative phase. Second one is your reproductive phase. So let us see the reproduction in fungi. Three methods of reproduction is there in fungus. First one is your vegetative reproduction. Already we have studied this all points in bacteria. Okay. By budding, you people are knowing one lateral outgrowth will be there. That will be known as your budding. Then fission. One cell will divide into two. Then it will be known as binary fission. If more than that division is going to take place, then it will be known as your multiple fission. In which case? In bacteria case. But in case of fungus, it is going to show the amitosis. That is, one cell will going to divide into two. By fragmentation, one long hyphae will be there, that will be split into multiple numbers, and that will be known as your fragmentation. Oidia and chlamydospore. Oidia, conidiophore we had studied, so many spores will be there, bursting will take place and the spores will burst here and there, and that will show the oidia. Oidia actually the drop of water like structure. Then chlamydomonas, that one will be one drop like structure and two antennas will be there and they will show the movement. Diagram you can see for budding, figure number A. For binary fission, figure number B. For oidia, see how drops are going to form. And for chlamydospores, you can see the terminal and intercalary, how the bursting will take place. And fragmentation, how the splitting portion had been done. Next children, asexual reproduction by conidia. Already in bacteria we had learned, that is Monera. See children, this is your conidiophore or sporangia. When it will become mature, after that the spores are going to burst, and after that what happens? So many zoospores are going to develop and that will reproduce to the complete fungal body. As you can see the figure number C, D, oidium, conidiophore, the bursting will take place and so on. So different types of your asexual reproduction is there: zoospore, sporangiospore, acanthins, oidia and conidia. Zoospores, as you can see, this one is zoospores. A drop will be there and two flagellum is there, so they are motile, they can migrate from one place to another. Then children, aplanospore, for that no diagram is given, but here what happens, special sporangia is going to develop and that will be non-flagellate and it will germinate and it will develop new fungal body. Sporangiospore, that will show the bursting and spores are migrated here and there. Binucleated spores, here two nucleus will be present and it will just form the rest of fungi, disease will be there. Then sexual reproduction children, the third type of reproduction which is going to occur in fungus, that is your sexual reproduction, and it takes place by the formation of gametes. How it is going to take place? Three phenomena is there: isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous, that depends on the shape and size of both male and female reproductive organ. Then it is having three stages. First one is your plasmogamy. In this plasmogamy, opposite sex come closer and they will show the fusion. Karyogamy, plasmogamy is followed by the karyogamy. Here nuclei is going to divide and zygote is formed. Then meiosis, one cell will divide into two, two will divide into four, so on. See children, type of sexual reproduction. Before that, one more point is given. The male reproductive organ is known as your antheridium and female reproductive organ is known as your oogonium. That is antheridia and oogonia we used to say. Types of sexual reproduction. Planogametic copulation. In this children, what it is given, two gametes of opposite sex are present and they will form the zygote. Isoplanogametic copulation. In this case children, both male and female reproductive organ, that is antheridium and oogonium, will have the same shape and size and it will show the bursting. Heterogamy planogametocopulation. In this children, two types of phenomena is there. One case what happens, the active male gamete will be there and the female will be bigger in size, that will be known as the anisogamous, that is the B structure. And the C one, what happens, that female will be in bigger in size as well as sperm will be smaller in size. What is the basic difference between anisoplanogametic and ooplanogametic? In anisogametic, what happens children? Both are motile, but the female will be less motile as compared to the male one. And isoplanogametic, both will be motile, both will have same shape and they will easily do the copulation. And the C1 in that case, that is ooplanogametic, here the female will have one fixed position and the male will use to migrate. So male will be having the migration. Then gametangial contact. In this children, both antheridia and oogonia will come in contact. They will prepare one fertilization tube and by the contact of that, the exchange of nucleus and other thing is going to take place and it will show the reproduction. Then gametangial copulation. Here what will happen, both the strain, that is positive and negative strain or male or female strain, will come closer. They will form an anisogametic gametangia, and they will form cyst-like structure, that is multiple number of spores are going to form, it will burst and it will reproduce. Spermatization, in this what happen, fungi will have many number of fungi will be there, but non-motile single cell will be there, and there the spermatae will be present, and they will form the trichonia, and that trichonia, it will be going to show the fertilization by the help of your wind, water and insect, etc. So here certain external pollinating agent is needed, how in the flower the pollination is going to take place in that manner. Then somatogamy, what is somatogamy? It will show the sexual reproduction, and it is found in fungi only, definitely. In this case the gametes are absent, so no gamete is needed, only somatic cells are responsible, and they will show the dikaryotic division. Dikaryotic condition means one cell will divide into two. See children, what is the basic difference between algae and fungi? Algae is your thylakoid, fungi is aquatic, okay, and that is terrestrial also, very rich in organic matter. Algae can prepare its own food, but fungi can't. Algae is having phototrophic organism, fungi they lack of chlorophyll. So algae is growing in a light areas, wherever well light and ventilation is there. Fungi used to grow in dark area. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Here in fungi both cellulose and cell chitin is there. Here the reserve food material for the algae is polysaccharides or certain globules of storage food oils, and in this case glycogen and oil globules. Motile spores are present, motile gametes are quite common. In this motile spores are present, motile gametes are rare. Okay. This one show plasmogamy, and this one show your karyogamy along with completion of plasmogamy. I hope children this all topics had been clear. Next class we will continue about the classification of fungi. Prepare the notes after explaining each and every topic. Take care. Thank you.